California is no stranger to wildfires, but in recent years, the Golden State has faced an unprecedented onslaught of megafires, pushing its people, resources, and resilience to the brink. The year 2025 began with a terrifying spectacle: the Los Angeles fires. The flames tore through neighborhoods, leaving behind a trail of devastation. Nearly 12,000 structures, many of them homes, were reduced to ashes. The Palisades, Eaton, Hearst, Lydia, and Sunset fires, names now etched in the collective memory of Californians, inflicted an estimated $150 billion in damages. These recent events are not isolated incidents, but grim reminders of a terrifying trend. Wildfires in California are increasing in both frequency and intensity, painting a bleak picture of a future under constant threat. The Camp Fire of 2018, a stark testament to this escalating crisis, caused a staggering $16.5 billion in damages, serving as an early warning signal that went largely unheeded. As wildfires rage across the state with greater ferocity and regularity, they have ignited a crisis that extends far beyond the fire lines, threatening the very foundations of California's insurance industry. The consequences of these catastrophic wildfires reach far beyond the immediate devastation. They have exposed the fragility of a system ill-equipped to handle the growing risk and frequency of such events, leaving homeowners, businesses, and entire communities grappling with the enormity of their losses. The insurance industry, once a reliable safety net for those affected by such disasters, is now itself teetering on the precipice. As wildfire risks escalate, driven by a confluence of factors including climate change and human activity, insurers are increasingly wary of underwriting policies in high-risk areas. This reluctance to insure properties in fire-prone regions has created a domino effect, leaving homeowners and businesses with limited options and soaring premiums. The situation underscores the urgent need for comprehensive solutions, encompassing everything from improved forest management and community preparedness to a reassessment of building codes and insurance regulations. The escalating wildfire crisis in California is a stark warning sign, not just for the Golden State but for the entire nation, highlighting the urgent need for proactive measures to mitigate the impacts of climate change and adapt to a future where such events are likely to become more frequent and severe. The immediate and most visible impact of California's wildfires is the sheer scale of physical destruction. Homes, businesses, and entire communities are reduced to ashes, leaving behind a landscape scarred by fire. The loss of property is staggering, measured not only in the number of structures destroyed, but also in the irreplaceable personal belongings, memories, and livelihoods consumed by the flames. The January 2025 Los Angeles fires alone resulted in the destruction of nearly 12,000 structures, a grim testament to the destructive power of these infernos. Beyond the immediate physical damage, the financial toll of these wildfires is immense. The cost of rebuilding homes and businesses, coupled with the economic losses from business interruption, displacement, and lost tourism revenue, places a significant strain on individuals, communities, and the state's economy. The Palisades, Eaton, Hearst, Lydia, and Sunset fires, which ravaged the state earlier this year, caused an estimated $150 billion in damages, a figure that underscores the economic vulnerability of California to these increasingly frequent and severe events. The financial burden extends beyond the immediate aftermath of the fires. Homeowners face the daunting task of rebuilding their lives, often with insufficient insurance coverage to fully cover their losses. The emotional toll of losing one's home and possessions is compounded by the financial stress of navigating insurance claims, securing loans, and finding temporary housing. Many families find themselves displaced for extended periods, forced to rebuild their lives from scratch. The ripple effects of these economic losses are felt throughout the state. Businesses, particularly in the tourism and hospitality sectors, suffer from closures, reduced visitor spending, and the negative publicity surrounding the fires. Local governments face budget shortfalls as tax revenues decline, and the costs of emergency response, debris removal, and infrastructure repairs escalate. The cumulative impact of these financial losses underscores the urgent need for comprehensive solutions that address both the immediate needs of those affected by wildfires and the long-term economic resilience of California's communities. As California grapples with the escalating frequency and severity of wildfires, the insurance industry, a crucial pillar of financial security for homeowners and businesses, is facing its own crisis. Major insurance companies, once eager to underwrite policies in the Golden State, are now retreating from the market, spooked by the escalating risks and mounting financial losses associated with wildfires. This exodus of insurers has created a precarious situation for homeowners, many of whom are finding it increasingly difficult and expensive to obtain adequate insurance coverage. The retreat of major insurers from the California market is a clear indication of the industry's growing unease over the escalating wildfire risks. State Farm and Allstate, two of the nation's largest property insurers, have stopped writing new property insurance policies in California, citing the increasing frequency and severity of wildfires, coupled with regulatory hurdles, as key factors in their decision. This withdrawal of major players has sent shockwaves through the market, leaving homeowners with fewer options and forcing them to turn to smaller, often less financially stable insurers. The trend of insurers pulling back from the California market is not new. Non-renewals of homeowners' policies in the state have been on the rise for several years, increasing by over 30% in 2019 alone. This trend has accelerated in recent years, driven by a confluence of factors, including the devastating wildfires of 2018, 2020, and 2023, which resulted in billions of dollars in insured losses for the industry. Insurers argue that the increasing frequency and severity of wildfires, exacerbated by climate change, coupled with what they perceive as regulatory restrictions on their ability to adequately price risk, have made it financially untenable for them to continue underwriting policies in many parts of California. The exodus of insurers from the California market has created a crisis for homeowners, many of whom are now finding it increasingly difficult and expensive to obtain insurance. As major insurers pull back, homeowners are left with fewer options, often forced to turn to smaller insurers, the state-backed FAIR plan, fair access to insurance requirements, or go without insurance altogether. This situation is particularly concerning for homeowners in high-risk fire zones, who are often left with no choice but to accept exorbitant premiums or find themselves priced out of the market entirely. The insurance crisis in California highlights the urgent need for a multi-pronged approach that addresses the root causes of the problem, including climate change mitigation, improved forest management, and a reassessment of insurance regulations to ensure a viable and affordable market for homeowners. As the situation escalates, it's clear that the stakes are higher than ever. The decisions made now will shape the future in ways we can't yet fully comprehend. The urgency is palpable. Every moment counts. In these trying times, the resources we once took for granted are now stretched to their breaking point. Communities are coming together, but the strain is evident. It's a test of resilience and solidarity. The crisis continues to grow, fueled by a combination of factors that seem almost insurmountable. Yet, amidst the chaos, there are glimmers of hope and determination. People are rising to the challenge, driven by a shared sense of purpose. Looking ahead, it's clear that the road to recovery will be long and arduous. However, with collective effort and unwavering resolve, a brighter future is within reach. It's a journey that requires us all to come together, to innovate, and to persevere.